everybody, welcome back to the channel. Just before we get into today's video, I would just like to apologize very quickly. Since I did not upload a Friday Night SmackDown video, I was visiting family in Ohio, so unfortunately I did not have the time. But now these videos are back and we got lots to talk about. So let's just roll the intro and get right into it. Let's not waste any time on today's episode of Monday Night Raw. Okay, Randy Orton kicked off the show with a promo which naturally was quickly interrupted by Gota! That was a good one. That was a really good one. So I'm not even just gonna say it again. But this promo really got really personal after Gota was talking about Randy's father and Randy's grandfather. And of course, every rivalry is amazing once it gets personal. This rivalry was already good because it will be part 2. And I always love part 2. Let's see really who gets the better of the other guy. And actually, Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser attacked Randy from behind. I did not like that at all. But the promo itself was really good. And yeah. So now let's move on to the first match of the night between Sheamus and Pete Dunne. There was lots of... what do I call it? Lots of interesting things in this match because it's one of those matches that's really just there. Both of these superstars are so talented, but they're not being used correctly, at least in my opinion. So it was just okay, nothing really happened. Sheamus won the match. Next was the first women's match of the night between Maxine Dupri. No. Now this is turned into a Guta thing. I have to say it like Samantha Irvin. Maxine Dupri. Yeah, good enough. Maxine Dupri versus Ivy Nile. This match actually was just okay. Like both of these superstars, once again, very talented. It was just there. But then the Riot Six interfered. Looked like they were going to attack Ivy Nile, which wrong on so many levels. But then of course the rest of American Made came in. And then we got a huge brawl. And of course the Riot Six ended up getting the better out of that exchange. Now, here's one that I'm really excited to talk about because I feel like with all these videos, there's one superstar or one rivalry, maybe 2, that I really talk about a lot. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I am talking about CM Punk. I know I did an LA Knight thing. I'm not saying the word. Okay. Yeah. Had to get out of my system. Anyway, so Punk came out for a promo, a message to Drew McIntyre after he beat him with the belt last week on Raw. And I feel like he even took a little shot at AEW, saying that there is people on the other side of the camera, which I thought was really funny. It was really freaking good. And also, I loved one thing he said. He's like Taylor Swift for men with all of the bracelets. I really liked that comment. This promo was amazing. And he also announced, this is something that I can't wait for, at Bash in Berlin, we're getting CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a strap match. Wow! Just wow. I don't really recall the last time we saw a strap match. Can you guys comment down below the last time we saw a strap match, because I'm just trying to remember when it was. And while you're down there, you may as well subscribe and like the video at the same time. But let's just say that match is going to be simply amazing. So now let's move on. We had a 6-man tag match between the New Day and the Final Testament. So I am really trying to get behind this whole storyline of New Day, Odyssey Jones, Final Testament, because I feel like WWE is trying, but I don't feel like they are doing the right methods, really, because for some reason I still can't get behind it, and I'm not sure if I'm ever going to be honest, because I really don't know why, but I really just can't connect, and I really don't like it. Now, once again, I feel like lots of things on Raw, and this might be because it's a 3-hour show, I feel like it's just there. Like I said this on last week's Raw review, lots of things are just neutral, and I'm really not sure what to comment on them because there's not really much going on. Like outside of the main storylines, it's just people that feel like they're just there just to fill in some time. So I really hope it stops feeling like that because everybody is amazing. They wouldn't be in the WWE if they weren't. So really, I don't know what WWE could do, but they had to try something to make this more interesting. I'm sorry, some of you may not agree with me, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, so let's move on to a match that for some reason I really enjoyed between Bronson Reed and The Miz. Now, I feel like the reason why I really enjoyed this match is because of The Miz. Now, I'm pretty sure most of you guys don't know this, but I am actually a huge fan of The Miz because at a live event, let's just pretend I did not say that. We don't have to comment on that. At a live event, he actually looked up at me and I yelled out "tiny balls." That was the greatest wrestling moment of my life. Yelling "tiny balls" to a grown man as a kid. Yeah. Wow. So, Bronson Reed versus The Miz, it was a pretty good match. I like that The Miz is trying to hurt Bronson Reed because what he did to R-Truth, but of course it did not go that way. Bronson Reed won the match and tried to attack The Miz after, but then we had the monster among men, Braun Strowman, come out and just save The Miz. So I'm not sure if they're going to be teaming while R-Truth is gone, or is this a new faction? Is Braun part of the Awesome Truth? Or is Braun just going to be attacking Bronson Reed from now on? We don't know, and for some reason, I can't wait to see where that goes. Up next was a match that really didn't make sense because it didn't, and it never ended up happening. So up next was supposed to be a match between Dominic Mysterio and Damian Priest. Now, like I just said a few moments ago, this match did not happen at all. Instead, we just got a huge brawl between the Terror Twins, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, versus the rest of the Judgment Day. And of course, the Judgment Day has the numbers. They ended up not being just completely laid out and annihilated. So the Judgment Day still stands tall. Up next was a 6-woman tag match for the Women's World Championship between Pure Fusion Collective. New makeup line available now is what it should be, not a wrestling faction. We are not getting into that. Anyways, against Pure Fusion Collective of Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark, and of course our champions Unholy Union and Damage Control, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane. Now this match was just okay. I will admit, I fast forward a tiny bit of it, but there was lots of cool moments in this match, and Unholy Union is still our WWE Women Tag Team Champions. Up next was supposed to be, I will say, the main event of the show, but before we got there, we had a little goodbye ceremony to Pat McAfee since he is leaving for quite a while, and I really do appreciate when they do that because Pat McAfee is just amazing. I think other than Michael Cole and Corey Graves, he is my favorite commentator ever, and of course I have gone back, watched some stuff before I can make such a bold statement. I think he really is one of my favorites for sure, definitely in that top 3. And he will be back for the transition to Netflix in January of 2025. But until then, we will not see Pat McAfee in the wrestling world. So I like that they did a goodbye thing. But now, oh boy, now don't we have a main event? We have the Viper, the Legend Killer, Randy Orton versus Ludwig Kaiser. Now, this match was very entertaining, very fun to watch. I really did love it. And it was really just a solid main event. It was as good as we wanted. Of course, this match was not announced before the show. So it was just one of those things we got during the show, which, of course, I appreciate so much. It was just really freaking good. It really was. That's all I can say about it. Anyways, of course, Randy Orton got the win over Ludwig Kaiser, setting up kind of a threat to Gunther. So, once again, we have Randy Orton versus Gunther at Bash in Berlin for the World Heavyweight Championship. And now we also know we have CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a strap match also at Bash in Berlin. So, that was how the show ended. So there was lots of good things in the show. Lots of good things building up to Bash in Berlin. And honestly, this was just a good show. I really don't have anything negative to say. So you know what? It's not a 10 out of 10. Because I've never given anything a 10 out of 10. And I've seen some things better in my day, obviously. I'm going to give the show a 9 out of 10. Very, very decent show. There really wasn't much that I have to complain with. Just very, very tiny things here and there. But that's it. I will see you all for the Friday Night SmackDown review. I can't wait for that one. And also, sometime this week, make sure to look out for a match not a match. I am losing my mind, guys. This week, make sure to look out for a video all about the whole rivalry between Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, and Seth freaking Rollins. Anyways, that's it, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye!